Just do it.
Welcome to HKB, and it is Jackie Chanuary currently on the channel. We have been celebrating Jackie Chan every Wednesday throughout January, and what we have been doing is a countdown of my top 25 Jackie Chan films ever. That would be my top 25, not yours, not his, or not that person over there, just mine. So this isn't a list of the best Jackie Chan movies, it's just a personal list of my 25 favourites. And if you've only just joined us, welcome. And we are currently today at numbers 5 running down to 1. So you get my top 5 today. If you haven't seen any of the others and you'd like to go back and see what else is in the list, please start with part 1, which covers 25 down to 21, and then so on and so forth until you catch up to where we are now. Now I must offer some apologies. I believe we've had a bit of a quality issue with some lip syncing on the previous videos. Now I'm not sure what this is down to. It could possibly be that my computer isn't powerful enough to render what I'm trying to do, or something like that. Perhaps when I hit pause when I'm recording, I don't know. Well, whatever it is, I'm going to try a slightly different format for today's top 5. So thank you for everybody that's watched all the way along, and thank you to all those that are just joining us now. And without any further delay, let's get into it. Let's find out what my top 5 Jackie Chan movies of all time are. So in my number 5 slot is a film from 1979. It was directed by Jackie Chan himself. It is a kung fu movie, and it was done just a little bit before The Young Master. So Jackie had to finish his contract with Lo Wei, and the film he chose to do was The Fearless Hyena. Now I know there might be a lot of shock out there that I've placed this one higher than Drunken Master and Snake in the Eagle's Shadow, but for me The Fearless Hyena is Jackie unleashed, doing his thing exactly the way he wanted to do it. Because it's solely him and it rests on his shoulders, we get exactly what Jackie thinks Jackie is on the screen, and I love it. I love every ounce of this film. I think the kung fu in it is inspired. The fact that he fights Yen Shi Quan again in this film, and it's such a great fight. Jackie is absolutely fantastic fighting against Yen Shi Quan and the other guys at the end of this film. And the journey to get there is absolutely incredible. We have James Tien in there as well, who a lot of people will know for the Bruce Lee films that he appeared in, not to mention so many Golden Harvest films. But I really like Fearless Hyena. I think it's very underrated. Look at the imagination in there. You've got emotional kung fu. I mean, what a crazy thought. But it works so well when he's fighting against his opponent. One minute he's happy, next minute he's sad, then he's walking in tears, then he's laughing. I think this film is really inspired, and I think it's really been underrated. This has taken my number 5 slot, The Fearless Hyena from 1979. Moving on to my number 4 position, we have a film from 1986. This film was up against Rambo First Blood Part 2. But it absolutely creamed it at the worldwide box office, and not surprising in my opinion, because Jackie plays the Asian Hawk. It is The Armour of God, the film that nearly killed Jackie Chan. This was my entry into Jackie Chan films in a way. I'd already seen Cannonball Run 1 and 2, but at this stage I wasn't really aware of who Jackie Chan was, and my brother came back one day from the video shop with The Armour of God. He said, "You're going to love this, you're going to say Bruce Lee too." And at the time I was really into my ninja movies, and I thought, not likely. And we put it on, and the first watch I was like, nah, don't like it. And then I woke up the next morning and I couldn't stop thinking about the film all night. I slept, I dreamt about it, I put it back on the following morning before my brother returned it to the video shop, and I was sold. I was like, why didn't I like it last night? It really captured my imagination. The pacing, the stunts, I'd seen nothing like it. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And the pacing of the fight scenes were so good. I love the setup as well. It had that kind of Indiana Jones feel to it, but with Jackie Chan playing like an Asian version of Indy, but so much more as well. I mean, You've never seen an indie fight like that, but Jackie did, and some of the stunts in the car, some of the car stunts in this, all the stuntmen that you must have had to get out of the way when the cars are tumbling down the steps, the iconic fight scene where Jackie fights the 4 sort of Amazon warrioresses, that's fantastic. It's so well paced, and you've got Alan Tam in there, who's a great pairing with Jackie in this. Some people don't think so, but I think he's brilliant. I love the songs in this. Lorelei, when he's singing that song with Jackie, it's brilliant. And we have Rosamund Kwan and Lola Fauna again, the former Miss Spain. There's some great settings in this. There's some stuff filmed in Yugoslavia, which is where Jackie had his accident, where he fell off a tree and banged his skull on a rock, and luckily for him, the top head surgeon in the world was there at that time. Yeah, my number 4 slot, The Armour of God from 1986, very worthy contender. So my number 3 slot, it is also a Jackie directed film. It's from 1980, and some of you are thinking, he's lost the plot. How can this one be higher than some of the others? But again, personal favourites. For me, 1980's Young Master was something that cemented my love of Jackie Chan. I really like the comedy in this one, and comedy is really, really important to me. And comedy done well in Kung Fu movies, specifically Jackie Chan movies, really, really does make me laugh. Now, at some point I'm going to do top moments in Jackie Chan films, and you'll find that a lot of them aren't stunts, aren't fights, but are actually comedic moments, and The Young Master is filled with them. But it's also filled with very creative and imaginative fight scenes. Jackie fights a whole host of people, and there's Li Hui Sang, Fong Hak On, he fights Lily Lai in the skirt foot style. I mean, I love that scene. I really love Lily Lai too, so to see him, Jackie and Lily paired off in this and fighting each other, it really is magnificent. I've come to appreciate it more and more over time. The first time I watched this, I wouldn't have been aware of who everybody was, because it would have been back in the VHS rental days, but every time I revisit it, I find something new. And just like the lion dancing, those scenes as well, it's so good. And having Shek Kin in there, Mr. Ham from Enter the Dragon, some of the scenes with him and Jackie are absolutely inspired. And not to mention, we get a bench to bench fight with Jackie and Yuen Bu. I mean, what more can you ask? This is all classic stuff. Classic comedy, classic kung fu, classic Jackie. The Young Master is my number 3, and deservedly so. We finally arrived at my number 2 slot. It is a film from 1983, and I would say directed by Jackie Chan, but I think Sammo Hung had quite a bit of input into this as well. It is, of course, another Three Dragons movie, and I imagine a lot of people will probably have this in the number 1 position, because it is the incredible, the uncomparable Project A. What can I say about Project A that everybody hasn't said already? The setting on it was so different to any other kung fu movie of this era. It had a completely different look. It had the 3 top performers at Golden Harvest in it. It had a cast that was absolutely amazing. The sets, the locations, the way it was filmed, having Dick Wei being that villainous pirate, Tong Po, who is the foil for the 3 of them together. I mean, that fight scene alone at the end where Jackie, Yuen Bu, Sammo Hung all against Dick Wei, it's frantic, it's exciting, and Mars gets in there a little bit too, as does Tai Bo. So there's so much going on in this film. Again, it's got some great comedic moments, with Jackie and Yuen Bu being against each other initially. She got one side's the cops, the other side's the the other side's the Coast Guard, and then the Coast Guard gets dismantled and they become the police, and they have to train under Yuen Bu. And then of course the pirates are creating so much havoc that they have to reinstate the Coast Guard. The back and forth is absolutely brilliant, and not to mention the iconic stunts. I mean, Jackie hanging from that clock tower, I mean, I believe he was having real trouble letting go, and apparently he just said in the end, just let me go, don't help me back in. So, you know, when he dropped, it's because he's lost his grip, he just couldn't hold himself up anymore. But it looks like he did it several times if you watch carefully with the outtakes. There's so many different crash landings. And the scene with the bicycle too, I really loved that. I believe Jackie was worried at the time because ET had come out and they said, oh, there's BMX, there's bicycle stunts in it. But him and his stunt team went along to the cinema and I'm like, phew, completely different from what we're doing. And it was. And for my money, Project A did it right. I really love Project A, and I know most of you guys will really love this one too, and I think it really does deserve to have my number 2 slot. Well, the time has finally come. I have to unveil my top Jackie Chan film of all time. I wonder if any of you can guess what it's going to be. Well, it's a film from 1985 and it changed the face of action cinema forever. So many films have copied it: Tango and Cash, Rapid Fire, or at least taken from it. But I don't think any of those films have bettered it. It is, of course, the Jackie Chan classic, sometimes known as Glass Story, but we all know it as Police Story. What a fantastic film. When I first saw this, it blew me away, just right from the beginning. The amazing setup of the stunt of the car crashing through the shantytown. The logistics of having to plan that with all the mini stunts within the big stunt going on. I just don't know how they did it. It's so incredible to watch and behold. If you really think about what you're watching, there are so many difficult things going on in this film. It's incredible that they managed to pull it off. And of course we got Jackie paired up with Maggie Chung as his long-suffering girlfriend May. Who doesn't love that? But also in the original Police Story we have Bridget Lin too. And Bridget Lin is absolutely fantastic in this. The interplay between her and Jackie and Maggie all at the same time, it's brilliant. It really adds something to the film. Although there is comedy in this one, it's a bit toned down compared to some of the other Jackie Chan films. And I think I like that about this. He focused a little bit more on the drama and also the action. And it really pays dividends. Have you ever seen a more furious, more angry, speedy, oh, I just love it. Jackie just really, when he's fighting in the shopping mall at the end, I can't watch that without swinging side to side and throwing some punches myself. I mean, am I the only one? I don't think so. Police Story is so engaging, and the stunts, you know, like the end one when he jumps straight down the lights in the shopping centre. It's incredible. It is an all-time masterpiece of Hong Kong cinema. It is the film that made me want to go and find out more about Hong Kong cinema. That is why I have Police Story as my number 1 Jackie Chan film of all time. So that's it. I've given you my complete rundown from 25 to 1 over 5 different videos. I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you did, I hope you can show a little appreciation by hitting that like button. It's the only way we get seen on the YouTube algorithms. I know this gets very boring, but if you can hit that, if you are subscribed, I appreciate it. If you're not subscribed, I understand you can't hit it. And also, if this is your first time to the channel, please consider subscribing if you like what we do. Usually I'm joined by my co-host and wife Shaz, and she will be on most of the videos that you see. And I think that's it. I have nothing more to add except for I want to know what your lists are. You know, perhaps pop down your top 5 in the comments and let's get a conversation started. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.